Welcome to the F word. On the menu tonight for our main course, a delicious pan-roasted sea bass with a sweet and sour pepper sauce.
It's gobble gobble, croak as the turkeys breathe their last.
Do I feel any remorse? Do I?
Janet Street Porter sets me straight on my fig tart.
I can give you my word that any women in the audience will not eat pastry. So you're wasting your time.
And my trainees learn that I won't accept second best.
It's only going in one place, darling. That's going in the bin.
The F was here and the F was bad. Curse my mother and I curse my dad. Let I love my mother and I love my dad. Wanna have all that they never had. The F was here and the F was bad. Curse my mother and I curse my dad. Let I love my mother and I love my dad. Wanna have all that they never had.
OK, on order, 6 covers table 2. 6 ravioli, main course, 6 sea bass.
Oui.
Yeah, Colin Jackson, watch that table, please.
Oui. Yep.
Tonight's starter is a duck and chestnut ravioli with a sauce of Jerusalem artichoke. How long, Miller?
1 minute, less than a
Yeah,
minute.
spinach then. Otherwise, I'm going to throw the raviolis back. Let's go, yes?
Stop the spinach.
I've got 3 commies in the kitchen this week. Tama, Miller, and Danny. Only one of them can come back next week. Right, now, first table, Tama. Raviolis are overcooked. Spinach is not ready, yes?
Oui, chef.
How long for yours?
30 seconds.
Let's serve yours first. But can I have the spinach first?
Chef, it's ready.
Too late. Sorry, big boy. Missed your chance. That's cowboy cooking. Not in here. Wakey, wakey, yes?
Yes, chef.
Now we're serving a Jerusalem artichoke sauce with the ravioli. Don't peel them. The flavour's in that skin. Slice it in half and just slice it down, almost like you're slicing shallots. It's important to start soaking them straight away, otherwise they'll go black. Now we sweated them down, we're going to add some chicken stock, but you can add a vegetable stock and keep it as a vegetarian sauce. Bring it up to the boil, turn down the heat, 8 to 10 minutes, and then they're going to be ready for pureeing. Look. And there we have the most amazing Jerusalem artichoke sauce ready for the ravioli. Miller.
Yes, gone.
Far too thick and it's like stodge.
We'll put
Yes.
some more stock in it, gone.
Hello, Miller.
More stuff.
Yes, gone.
You can do something with these as well now, yeah? Start again. Sorry.
Next, the filling for the ravioli.
Duck confit. Basically, it's going to be cooked in its own fat. Get your duck fat and just pour the duck fat over the legs. 180 degrees in the oven for about 1 hour, 45 minutes. Nice and slow.
Next, shred the duck off the bone and add a tablespoon each of chestnut puree, sherry vinegar and double cream. Season with chives and bind it all together.
Get your mix and put it into a nice ball, because that's the shape of the ravioli. But look, you can still see the duck, the chives, the cream, and that's ready to go in between the pasta. 2 discs per portion, duck into the centre of the pasta, and then we use an egg wash around the outside that binds the pasta together. 1 disc on top of the other, place over the ravioli, push down, lift up into your hands, and just squeeze all the air out and go around. And just remember the sort of days when you used to grow up with those flying saucer spaceships with a sherbet in the centre. That's all we're trying to create. Nice round top and a nice round bottom. Most important thing about cooking raviolis is always add a touch of oil to the water. That strengthens the pasta when we put the raviolis in the water and also protects it. And then just get the pan and twist the pan from left to right. And what that does, it prevents any ravioli from sticking on the bottom. Turn that gas back up now. Yeah? If you put the 6 in there, the temperature's gone down, so you have to be intelligent now, turn the heat back up a little bit. If it's not boiling, what happens to the ravioli?
It will just break apart.
It will burst, and it will sink to the bottom, and it will stick to the pan, and then we'll throw more away. And with that, you can off home, yeah? Salt, Tama, let's go. Oh, no. Yeah, no, you just put a big clump in there, Miller.
I'll toss it around to
Yeah, or take it out. You don't just put a clump in there, otherwise someone's going to have a very salty ravioli, yeah? Get it in the bin and start again.
Chef, I've got 10 seconds, start.
Yeah, that's right.
6.
I don't want all that bullshit, 10, 5. I just give you 1 minute.
Yes, chef.
6 raviolis in.
Oui.
When they're in the water, then you connect with me.
Yes, chef.
Until then, shut the up, OK?
They're going in now, chef.
Let's go. Turn the gas down, please. Yes. OK. Spinach. In the centre of the bowl. And the spinach helps the ravioli stay in place. Now, the juicy artichoke sauce. That is winter at its best. Come on, Tama, come on, you're fast asleep again. Honestly, you're like a big telegraph pole. Come on, big boy, you have got to bend those bones.
Yes, chef.
You know that, yeah? You're about as flexible as a post box. Move, go, table 6. Go. How was your duck ravioli?
It was absolutely delicious.
Yes? This time of year, wintry, sumptuous, rich, chestnuts beautiful.
It is so well balanced, the flavours. Very creamy, it's meaty, perfect.
It's Judgment Day for the turkeys, and it's the first time I've ever slaughtered an animal.
The turkey's time is up. Hugh Furley Whittingstall has popped round to give me some advice on slaughtering the turkeys.
What are your plans for how they're going to be slaughtered?
Chris, the farmer's going to come down and bring a
Do it
mobile slaughterhouse, a trailer, and do it properly, like, here.
That's brilliant. Has he explained exactly how that's going to be done?
Yeah, it's a very straightforward procedure. They're going to be stun gun. They'll die instantly, 3 to 4 seconds.
That's definitely the right thing. Get him here, get it done here. And no long journeys, no extra stress. I
And
think
any
that's-
preparation for that? I mean...
Yeah, absolutely. You shouldn't feed them for 24 hours before slaughter.
Really?
Well, because you're going to hang them with the guts in, which is
Yeah.
right for developing the flavour. But you want the guts in, but you don't want any shit in there. It can just maybe turn the flavour a little bit on a long hanging.
So now I'm going to starve them for 24 hours before we kill them.
That's just the way it goes. That's almost all animals go to slaughter on an empty stomach. And it's definitely the right thing for the meat.
I also asked Hugh what's the right way to prepare the kids.
If, as I'm guessing might be likely, most of the kids don't want to see them go to slaughter.
No.
What you should still do, I think, is bring them to say goodbye.
Right.
So that they understand there's a finality.
Okay.
That's it. Bye-bye to the... Today we're going to say goodbye to the turkeys.
Now the morning's arrived for that goodbye.
Bit of a milestone today for the kids. I was dying to get to this particular day because I wanted them to understand exactly the whole objective to why we're doing this. There we go. No hold, let them out. We say goodbye properly.
Come on, Grumpy Bag.
Which one are we going to eat first?
Nigella. Gary.
Why Nigella?
Because he's the biggest.
She's the biggest. Doesn't mean to say she's going to be the tastiest. You know that?
But could we keep their feet?
No, we're not keeping their feet. Right, listen, I want you to say, yes, goodbye to them. We've succeeded in what we set out to do, Meg. Grown our own Christmas lunch. Well done for looking after them. For me, being a chef, of course, it's been an amazing journey for them to understand what it's like to go to the farm, to pick them up, to look after them, to feed them, to clean them, and then to eat them. It's crucial for any child. Bye, turkeys. I'll see you in the oven.
Can I see them be killed?
No, you can't see them being killed, no. 1 minute from now, yes? 4 sea bass in.
Oui, chef.
Let's go. Miller.
Yes, one.
Yeah. Danny. Yeah, get on the stove and stop hiding. Yes? Welcome back to the F Word. Time now for the main course. Pan-roasted sea bass with a sweet and sour pepper sauce. Sea bass. In French, loup de mer. That means wolf of the sea.
Fillet.
Just run the knife all the way down. One nice long swipe. And there you go. One fillet off. Easy.
Pepper sauce.
Rather than cut the peppers in half and take out the seeds, just cut around it, leave the seeds in there and do the job once. Almost like as if you're peeling an orange.
Shallots.
Nice hot pan.
Olive oil. Star anise.
The aniseed flavour goes absolutely beautifully with the sweetness of the peppers.
Salt. Basil. White wine vinegar. Burma. Reduce.
It gives body to the sauce. Nice, glossy, syrupy.
200 mils of water. Simmer.
it's fresh, it's vibrant, and it goes brilliantly with a sea bass.
Blitz.
Absolutely beautiful bass.
Score. Salt. Time.
It just so perfumes the sea bass.
Olive oil.
Skin side down. In it goes. Fingers on top for 30 seconds. 90% of the cooking time will take place in that skin. But you'll know when it's cooked, when it starts turning bright white. Now it's time to turn it over. Just finish it with olive oil.
Sea bass with pepper sauce. Done.
With the sea bass, we're serving braised endive and rice pilaf. Now, endive is something you eat a lot of raw in salads. I quite like it this way because it's sort of roasted, braised, cooked in orange juice, and it's the perfect way of cooking endive, especially in winter. Now that we've got the colour on there, the caramelisation is taking place on the outside, it's time to add a touch of Grand Marnier. Grand Marnier in. Whew. Merry Christmas. Once we've burnt off the alcohol, get your orange juice, give it a good shake, and now, look, orange juice into the pan. Into the oven, 10 to 12 minutes, and by the time the orange juice is evaporated, the endive is cooked. Miller?
Yes, go on.
Look at the bass. Miller, it's only going in one place, darling. That's going in the bin. It's burnt.
Sorry,
Start again.
Yes.
No. And Danny, what the are you doing? What are you doing?
I was just making sure this didn't burn, Chef. And
you're making sure the sea bass is burnt. And you've done that already.
No, the sauce, Chef. I just took
the
it
sauce,
off the heat.
Right. Okay. Basically, can you get a grip?
Yes, Chef.
10 portions of sea bass in the bin. Nothing happening.
Yes, Chef.
You're looking busy. We're actually doing nothing. And all you're doing is just spinning around, you know, like this, bobbing around. Nothing's actually been done. Now, there's the top of the endive.
Oui.
Yeah? Get the endive coming back down like this. See that nice little point it had?
Oui.
And place the base of the endive, yeah? At the base of the plate. Look.
Oui.
Yeah? And follow it up. Now watch. There's the sea bass. There's the top, there's the bottom.
Oui.
White, the sea bass, on there. Now look. I'm going to show you this one. Watch. Sauce. 1 spoon. Round. And look at the colours. Look. There you go. Well done. Finish it off. How long, Miller, please? Now.
Ready to go, on.
Look at that there. Look. Yeah? Beautiful. The colours are there. Yes? Do that plate, I'll do this one. Yes? Happy with that?
Oui, Chef.
Are you happy with that?
Oui.
So you should be. Go, please. I've been in another woman's kitchen this week helping her to make the perfect roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
I've changed my mind. See ya.
Hold on a minute. We're going to go perfect Sunday dinner. Roast beef, roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, some carrots and cabbage, and then maybe a really nice sort of sexy gravy.
Can I just say in advance
Yes.
that I'm quite an intelligent woman, but when it comes to the kitchen, I don't mind admitting I'm a complete bimbo.
What's that?
Some hollandaise sort of sauce.
Hollandaise salty sauce. No, that's dripping. That's going to make the perfect Yorkshire pudding. So the key to this is to have a time plan.
Right.
Yeah? Everything else after that falls into sync. There's a cloth for you, so always keep your cloth there like that. So you've always got it to hand up and down, not over the shoulder, not left lying around. Okay. And then when you want to touch something in the oven, you can always just hold it there, nip it out. First thing, most important thing, we'll get the beef in. Now season the fat.
Season the fat?
Yeah, because what that does, it gets rid of the water in the fat and makes it a lot more tasty. Start it off on 250 degrees.
250.
There we go.
There's the first one. Put
There we
something
go.
in the oven.
So the first time we stuck one in the oven?
Yeah.
Yorkshire pudding mix. 1, 2, and then finger and thumb in, and just lift open. 1 egg. Okay?
You've got
Yeah.
a bit of shell in there.
Where?
There.
You saw it out.
Yeah. And then gloves are gone.
Okay, well spotted.
He is human.
I'm gonna get some milk, bit of pepper.
Oh my.
So it's fat, so that's gonna help them rise and stop them from sticking.
Do we have to have that much in there? You've put more milk in there.
Yeah, just a tablespoon.
Oh,
just
don't
let
have
it
a
down.
heart attack.
Put that in there. Over we go to the tray. In one. That's it. Good. A little bit more. Good. Whilst the beef is roasting away, they should go zoom. And now we're to do the easy stuff. Roast potatoes.
I have had nights where I'm thinking, God, it would be so great if I could cook right now. Christmas dinner, sometimes I'd like Christmas at mine, and then my mum's like, no, why do we have it at yours? Because then we've got to cook, and we haven't got everything we need there, and we have to bring everything with us.
I like to get the tray on top of the gas ring before it goes in the oven. It just stops it from sticking. Watch your fingers. Rosemary.
Ow, he's bloody spitting.
Yeah, just, but that's the water from the potatoes. Now you can start to see the potatoes colouring a little bit. Let's check the beef. Put your fingers like this and just touch your jaw like that, inside your cheek, yeah?
Mine's very
Yeah?
squidgy.
Yeah. That means it's rare when you hit on the beef like that, so that's still quite rare. If it's medium, it's firm, it's like your chin. Medium, well done.
Medium, well done, Chris.
They are absolutely amazing. Just to finish them off properly, the secret is to turn them around, turn them upside down, so they cook underneath.
Oh, look at that.
I'm going to throw in a little bit of onion.
Do you know what? They're doing my eyes in.
Yeah, absolutely right. Dear, oh dear. Shit, they're strong.
I thought you'd make me cry, but because you'd be shouting all about or something, not because of the onions.
What are we doing now? Gravy?
Gravy. What I'm going to do is just put some of these tomatoes in the bottom. All they're going to do is actually make the gravy a little bit sweet. Yeah, I grew up in a 3-bedroom council estate, shared a bedroom, my brother. This kind of food we didn't eat.
No, I didn't either. There's quite a few foods that I was kind of quite frightened of, I must admit.
Like what?
Well, I mean, the word organic, I immediately thought that that was something disgusting for a long time when I was younger. And when people used to say that they were kind of vegetarian, I used to think, ooh,
what's that?
what on earth would you eat then? Because everything, like I say, was chicken, chips and beans, fish, chips and beans.
Yeah.
You know.
And that was it.
And that was it.
A nice knob of butter in there.
Where's the butter?
Butter should be in the fridge.
OK, how big do you want the knob to be?
Pass that through a sieve.
Right, so have I got time to quickly just put a bit of makeup on and brush my hair and make it look like this was completely effortless?
Yep.
Great.
How long? 5 minutes?
Of course, it's natural.
Now, women back in the kitchen.
I know. Right, they're here, and I've set them down. I love my friends, but they are quite judgmental.
Are they?
When it comes to my cooking.
I've never seen her in the kitchen, actually.
Fussy.
They're just dreading it, I think.
Martin cooking, are we a bit worried?
Don't worry about getting everything sort of piping hot. The beef's rested.
Yes.
Yorkshire puddings are served at room temperature. Yeah.
Are you sure they're meant to be served at room
Yeah,
temperature?
no, what we'll do, just before we take the potatoes out, we'll stick them in the oven.
Just a little bit of heat.
Absolute definite. Try and keep the plates nice and clean.
So it looks like I really do know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and you're in control. That beef looks delicious. Yeah, see how it's coming together? Colour. So it's just all almost coming out like a sort of a chain reaction. This has to be your pièce de résistance. Yeah. Crispy and nice and light. Look at that. Yeah, that's it. Good. Ready?
Well, that's it.
Well done, babe.
Oh my
Now,
God.
yeah, here we go. Okay. Thank you, babe.
That is probably one of the best Yorkshire puddings I've ever tasted in my life.
I can't stop thinking about that. You've done it. That's what's going through every mouthful. I'm just thinking, oh, God. It's Martin.
Don't associate Chrisley with
Martin.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Well done. Cheers.
My request that you don't let her off the hook.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Right, Danny, Miller, Tama, come here, yes? Now, the brigade are going out, and you're going to cook a table on your own. Yes?
Yes, chef.
OK. The last person on the hot plate is going home.
Chef.
Miller, you got 4 sea bass, table 12. Wait. Danny, you got 6 sea bass, table 8. And you, Tama, have got 5 sea bass, table 5, yes?
Oui.
Whoever doesn't do it up to scratch, OK, is going home. 4 minutes on the hot plate. Move your ass, yes? Pilaf piping hot. Sauce beautifully seasoned. Sea bass nice and crispy. Seasoned with thyme flowers. Rock salt in there, yes? Let's go. Come on, Tama. Watch your bass. Don't blow it now, big boy, yeah? Let's go, yes? Good. Cool the pan down. Not enough colour on there, Danny. So I don't know why you're turning them. Look, that looks boiled. We may as well steam the sea bass.
Chef, I'm ready in 1 minute.
1 minute? I'll be very surprised if those sea bass are ready in 1 minute. How long, Danny? Make it count, yes?
3 minutes, Chef.
Service, please. Table 5 here. Don't sod the plates up now. Take your time, yes? Come on. We all started off at the same time. However, it's all coming out in different times. Quite interesting. Let's go. Don't you dare send that. Come on, hurry up. Work and talk at the same time. Stop gawping. Oh, all that lovely, delicious food. Now you're going to send it on dirty plates. You ready?
Yes, Chef.
Send it then.
OK, can you go, please?
Table 5.
Table 5,
Weren't
Chef.
listening. Interesting. Right down the hot plate. How long, Miller, please?
I'm coming up now.
You're coming up now, yes? Table 12, Miller, please.
Table 12.
How long, Danny?
1 minute, Chef.
Good, nicely sauced. Very nicely sauced. Bass?
Chef?
Now, that's one piece of bass.
Yes.
Yep. And the person sat opposite, we sat with that piece of bass.
Different size.
And they went in the pan at the same time?
So they won't be cooked the same.
Are you happy with that? That's the question I've got to ask you.
No, Chef. Not now, no.
I respect your honesty.
Thank you.
Because I'm not happy with that.
4 more bass?
Start again. Service.
No, I'm going home.
That's the top of the bass, that's the belly. Turn
Oh,
it
do you
around.
mean-
That's
okay.
at 6 o'clock, yeah. I mean, I've been meaning it for the last 4 hours. That's better. Thank you.
Okay.
Table,
16.
go.
Thank you.
Come on, Danny, please.
It's not,
How long?
It's not quite there, Chef.
Yeah.
One fish, not quite there.
You okay? Not quite long. I've got to have a...
1 minute, Chef.
1 minute. There you go. Thank you. Yes.
Table 10, please.
Ladies.
Gordon,
How was the bass?
I liked it.
Yes.
Was that wild or farmed?
That we don't use farm bass. Line caught
Right.
and cooked on the skin, so
Yeah.
nice and crispy.
I
seasoned
like
with
the
thyme
skin.
flowers.
I think the skin. It really annoys me when I see people leave the skin because the skin's where all the nutrition is.
I know, but I
and
mean,
it's where all the oil is.
That's why we cook it on that, and of course we season it with thyme flowers, and it's really nice and crispy.
It was really, really good. I'm not a massive fish fan, but I think this has converted me.
There was a lot of depth to the flavours. I think terrifically tangy red pepper sauce. Fantastic. Really, really enjoyed it. Love it.
Okay, Tama. Yeah, Danny. And Miller, quick.
Yes, I'm
sorry. Well done. Yeah. That was a test to push you to the extreme there, you know that. Yeah. And boy, did it feel like you're really on your own there, cooking everything from the endive, pilaf, the bass. That was a race to see who had it together. Do you understand? Yes. And Danny, I so respect what you said there because you knew one bass was overcooked.
Yes.
And one bass was cooked perfectly.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not good enough.
No.
But you've got to be happy with yourself tomorrow morning.
Yeah, cool.
Because the effort, big boy, was 110%.
Thank you.
And something to be really proud of. Good night.
Good night.
And remember what you did.
Good night,
Brooke.
guys.
Yes?
care.
Say good night
Thanks
to
a
him.
lot.
Well done,
Now it's time for pudding, and Janet Street Porter's going to attempt to beat me with her favourite fig pudding. I always say that to my sort of fellow contestants, good luck.
You're wishing me luck?
Yeah,
I think with your track record, I should be wishing you luck.
I can tell you've got attitude already, your hands are folded. Are you in a
Yeah,
mood?
my body language is like...
Body language.
I know this kind of dessert's a bit beneath you. It's not complicated enough for you, is it? Not unless you're going to make some chocolate doodly-dar thing on the top.
Just going to be a nice, simple fig tart. Nothing more
Tart?
than that.
You're making a tart?
You're in the kitchen, so I thought nothing better to do than a nice
You're
tart.
making a big tart?
Yes!
You absolute slimy I'm just doing baked figs. What do you mean? Since when did you add the pastry bit? I thought we were cooking the same thing.
It's a fig recipe. You had your baked...
Well, I can give you my word that any women in the audience will not eat pastry. So you're wasting your time. I'm making the kind of dessert women like. Fruit.
We'll
not
find out.
pastry, fruit.
Right, OK. I'm not going to argue. Not now. We've only been in the kitchen 3 minutes. Cool. Do it, do.
this is a bit of a very easy dessert, which is baked figs, which you just cut up and then you squeeze so they open up a bit. And also, when you buy the figs, you don't want to be buying figs that are too ripe because they'll disintegrate before you even start. Bugger off. Don't put me off. Shut up. Just move away. I'm just sprinkling over some brown sugar.
Janet's doing a baked fig dessert. I'm doing a very, very simple, straightforward fig tart, which Janet thinks is slightly poncy, but it's not. It's just puff pastry, frangipan, which is made out of almonds, eggs, sugar, and icing sugar. We're going to spread the frangipan on the puff pastry and just bake it in the oven for 2 to 3 minutes. And then once the frangipan starts to cook, I'm going to take out the tart and lay the figs on there. In the oven, 2.5, 3 minutes, done. In we go.
Just adding some marsala, which is a sweet Italian dessert wine. You can use it. It's worth having a bottle of this at home, actually, because you can use it in quite a lot of desserts. Good for trifle.
Now, I know you're trying to put me off, but look what's happening now to my fig tart. Pastry's half cooked. Frangipan started to rise. All I'm going to do now is just put the figs on top. That doesn't look poncy to you, does it? And look what I'm doing. Icing sugar and 5 spice. Okay, glaze over the tart. Oh, I'm so determined I'm going to win this one, you know that? Huh? Just have a little smell of that.
It smells fantastic. It's great.
Now we're going to glaze them in the oven. How are yours doing?
They're fine, they need a bit longer.
Now, it's quite fascinating. You are a classified foodie, but was it your mum who taught you? Or...
Oh, no, my mother couldn't cook. My mother was a ghastly cook.
Really?
She could only cook. I wish she belongs to that generation where they cooked everything for far, far too long.
Stews.
Sunday lunch. I mean, they would literally put the meat on the minute you finish breakfast. And then there's that strange working class meal called tea, which you have on a Sunday, where you open a tin of ham and you have the salad, which is a lettuce with 2 tomatoes. Can I look at my figs?
Yes, of course you can.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done. How do you know they're done?
Because they're soft to the touch.
Yes. Are you cooking this for your birthday? We're not allowed to say it's your 59th birthday, are we?
Say I'm 59, and you can say I'm nearly as old as your mother, you rude.
You are the same age as my mum.
I look great.
So, I know you do. Yeah, do you know what I'm going to do now? Just while they're coming out of the oven, still nice and warm, I'm just going to glaze it with a little bit of honey. Heat it up, and then back in the oven for 30 seconds. Now, do you cook at home with your partner?
We don't cook at the same time.
Why?
I've been married 4 times, Gordon. I know where it all goes wrong, so I don't want it to go wrong. So we never cook the same meal at the same time.
So that's where it goes
pear-shaped. And
pear-shaped.
also, he wants to eat things like mashed potato. I can't eat mashed potato. I'll have an arse the size of a house.
Honey, figs, spice. Have you any idea how much I've got to win this? Eh? You got no idea.
You had to do an entirely different dish to me in order to win.
Hey. No, that's better. Ooh, that's hard in there.
A little bit of a rest time.
Yeah, slightly sort of come down time, yes. How was your sea bass?
It was lovely. Flavours are just not too overpowering.
No.
Just, just nice.
You do quite a lot of cooking.
I do. I enjoy cooking. It's one of the only few creative things I say I can do.
And how did you learn to cook? How did you first get involved with sort of cooking?
Mum or? No, I used to watch. Just sit and watch. Didn't do anything. Take any lessons, do any recipe books, just watch how my parents used to cook. And my father used to do most of the cooking.
Okay.
My very first meal I ever cooked wasn't a Jamaican meal, funny enough.
No.
It was sweet and sour pork.
Sweet and sour pork.
And I was 9 when I did that with.
You guys have been spending a lot of time together over the last couple of months. Yes. Was Erin a good teacher? Was she?
Excellent.
Yes.
Patience of a saint.
Show me position 1.
There's no position.
We don't have that.
Isn't there?
No.
Ask him to show you a cha-cha-cha or a...
Just show me any position.
It's quite difficult. I mean, the first thing, if you try to learn to, certainly when we're doing some assembly, is to try to learn to roll your hips.
Sounds good.
So from
Ready?
here, over, roll, and back.
Slowly, do it slowly. Schmuck, you've been doing this for 2 months now. So do it slowly and make sure no one's watching, yeah?
You take your foot to the side, you roll in, through.
Roll your hip and go back.
Hey,
I like it. I can't believe you've done that. No.
That looks the basis of a good Latin dancer. It's looking good.
Hold on, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hello, Giles.
Hello, Gordon.
What have you been doing this week?
I've been looking at things that ought to be banned from restaurants. You know, basically the government are banning smoking from everywhere.
Yes.
And I thought smoking's, I mean, I know they're banned, it's banned in your restaurants.
Have been for a long time.
But it's not the end of the world, smoking, and there are things which are far more irritating in restaurants. So we did a survey to find out what other things people would like to see banned. Welcome to Chez Giley. For one day only, the owners of this restaurant have kindly lent it to me, and now that I'm a restaurateur, I'm going to start banning things, almost everything, the things that annoy me. I don't know what annoys you. For example, people who drink cappuccinos after dinner. It's a breakfast drink. Or ugly people, they just put me off my food. Supposing it was your restaurant, though, what would you ban? The Harden's Restaurant Guide has concluded that people who eat out regularly find 1 in 4 meals unsatisfactory. In a bid to try and improve things, we commissioned a survey of 2,000 people to find out what the public would like to see banned from restaurants forever.
I hate that having to buy a bottle of water when a glass of tap water would do.
The 10th most popular answer was paying for bottled still water. Nonetheless, this year restaurants have shifted 200 million bottles of it.
Bad background music needs to be banned.
Background music is there at number 9.
Women wearing really chokingly overpowering perfume.
In our survey, that was the 8th most popular answer. Can you think of anything else that people might like to see banned from restaurants?
I think probably children.
Do you think we should ban children? Do you think we should just throw them out? Or do you think we should let them stay?
Let them stay.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, banning children came in at number 7.
Breastfeeding?
I think if women want to breastfeed, then they should be encouraged to do it in the window. 6th in our top 10 of most popular answers was breastfeeding in restaurants. But 2/3 of mothers attempt to breastfeed their babies, and the wind is definitely behind breastfeeders. In Scotland now, you're committing a crime if you try to stop it, and UNICEF wants the rest of the UK to go the same way.
If people are that offended, it's up to them to leave. It's not up to me. If my child's hungry and wants to eat, then, you know, to me it's more embarrassing and it would ruin your evening more to have a baby that was screaming.
So if our maitre d', Jean-Baptiste, came over to you in the restaurant, in the F-word restaurant, and said, "Excuse me, madame, we'll have no tit in here," what would you do?
Oh, I think I'd probably complain, actually.
What do you think the most popular answer might have been?
Maybe PDAs, kissing, making
PDAs?
public displays of affection.
5th in the survey was snogging in restaurants, with more than 1/4 of people voting for it to be banned.
The toilets are not the sort of place you'd want to be parked close by, so bad placement of tables.
Our survey says that tables too close to the loo are at number 4.
Mobile phones. People talking on their mobile phones.
One minute. Yeah. No, I'm doing a bit of telly. Sorry, what was that? You were saying there's something you want...
Mobile phones?
Oh. Unsurprisingly, mobile phones come in nice and high at number 3, but women are less interested in banning them than men. What do you think the top answer might have been?
Say if you're going for a romantic meal and you get sat next to a whole group full of people maybe that haven't seen each other for ages.
So what we're basically talking about is badly planned tables, specifically thinking about romantic couples.
Yeah.
Tables too close together. It's our 2nd most popular answer.
One of the most irritating is when you are charged service charge. And then, of course, you get the chit back after they've taken your card away, and on it will be gratuity as well.
So that thing where they add the 12.5%.
Yeah, and then
they bring it back with a blank
Then there's a nice
slip.
little, space, gratuity, and you think, well, I've paid that much, so should I actually doubly pay?
It's our top answer. The terrible practice of trying to make people tip twice is what most people want banned. And you're not the only ones. The trading standards people are unhappy about it too.
We looked at about 95 restaurants across London and found out that well over half of them were practising double tipping.
So what couldn't be done about this?
We forwarded our findings to the Department of Trade and Industry. As far as I'm aware, they haven't done anything about it to date.
Double tipping. You voted it the thing you most want to see banned from British restaurants. But this lot clearly are not going to do anything about it, so we're going to have to. And our campaign begins with you. What you have to do is log on to the F-Word website and name and shame any restaurant that has ever tried it on with you.
You've cooked the non-diet option, and I've cooked the option for women who do not want to have big bums.
Oh, come on. Oh,
I want to taste my juice.
I want to taste my juice.
That is fantastic.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, God, do you want to taste my juice?
Tastes a little bit like Benelin. Right, Jean-Baptiste.
Benelin?
Up we go. Yes?
Cough mixture.
Nice and soft. with a pastry. Delicious. You
It's
like that?
delicious, but it's too rich for me.
Oh, here we go.
It smells lovely.
Is it a bit hard?
Is it phyllo pastry?
Well, either that or puff pastry that she didn't rise. Oh, blimey.
It's fake, isn't it? No, it's caramel.
It looks, yeah, it looks like it's been caramelised now on the top. They're not too sweet, are they?
Okay, so now we're serving dessert number 2.
Okay.
Voici.
The figs.
The figs are kind of juicier and plumper, aren't they?
I love the
More
juice
like-
around it, the sauce around it.
Thank you.
OK, Jean-Baptiste, you well?
The winner is Jeanette.
Fantastic!
Again!
Fantastic!
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, no,
What did
sure.
I say?
But what did they
You
say?
shouldn't take me on. You shouldn't have took me
No,
I told you I only played to win.
the puff pastry, a little bit too hard.
The puff pastry a little bit
and
too
they like your
hard.
ice cream, you know, with the raisin and the vanilla.
Do you know my saving grace? I'm actually quite happy to lose to a talented cook. Don't get out of the kitchen, Janet Street Porter.
Confident.
Next week on The F Word, we finally get to eat the turkeys. But first I have to kill them. I don't want them to have to travel before slaughter, so I'm going to do it in my garden. Turkey farmer Chris Frederick has returned to my house with a mobile slaughter unit.
I'm going to take them, put them in the shackle here, and then I am going to stun them. This is the probe. I'm going to put that in its mouth.
Yeah.
I just hit the button and the...
For God's sake. Oh, mate, look at you sat on your perch. Relax, relax. Do I feel any remorse? Do I feel slightly guilty? Do I? I'm not going to have a go at slaughtering myself. Chris is a licensed slaughterman, so my turkeys are in expert hands.
1, 2, 3. Eyelids are coming back. We're about there.
That was so quick.
That's it, done. Just cutting the arteries and veins in the back of the throat there, look. Right there. No obvious discomfort for the bird at all.
Can I just say thank God the girls aren't here, you know that? The bag on this head is full.
Just for our convenience, really, so we're not splashing blood around all over the place.
sure.
Yeah. OK, so we're going to get on with the plucking now.
The turkeys are staying in their houses, so they can't see what's going on. Ainsley, ready, steady, pluck. Oh, dear. Ainsley.
OK, here we go.
Oh, Gaza. Let's go, big boy.
OK.
There you go.
Right.
Excellent.
OK, that will do.
Annie Parker works at Chrissy's farm and has been plucking since she was 6.
I suppose the first time I plucked a turkey, it was quite scary.
Really? Yeah. And how many birds can you pluck in one day?
Probably about 30.
30. Your hands they must hurt, no?
Towards the end of the day, yeah. It does
Incredible.
get a bit sore on your fingers.
And it's a lot easier to do it when they're warm.
Yeah, much easier.
Yeah.
Starting off with cold hands can be a bit slow.
Working on the farm, you don't get attached to them, do you?
Oh, no, definitely not. No.
What would you give me as a piece of advice?
Always start from the wings.
Always from the wings, because they're the thinnest part of the bird.
That's right, yeah. Work your way down to the neck.
Yep.
And then just come back up to the breast and just work your way around till you get to the legs.
And don't rip them. So when you first met your boyfriend, yeah, what did you do? Oh, I'm a mechanic. Oh, what do you do, love? Yeah, I'm a turkey plucker.
This one's picked up very, very well.
Hasn't he? One plucked Gary. Come on, Jamie. Be a good boy. Here we go.
Straight into the shackle.
Yep.
We go.
I'm standing well back. There's 600 volts going through those birds. Let's go, Delia. Cool dear.
Stunned.
Come on, Nigella. No. God, she's so big she can't even fit through the door. The last one.
Yeah.
Why do we use electricity and not breaking the neck?
Well, we find it a much more humane way of dealing with the job.
Very quick and straightforward.
That's the job done for the day.
It's a sad ending, but it's the start of an exciting beginning. OK. Oh, dear. Finally. That's exactly what I wanted. Stun-gunned, plucked, and ready for the butchers. Thank God the kids aren't here. enjoying the taste of victory, madam?
I am
Madam
so
Porter,
enjoying.
I bet you are. I bet it's sliding down the back of the throat with the greatest of ease.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
It's
You see,
good.
It does taste nice.
Yes. I'm glad you're happy.
I loved it.
Good girl.
You know.
Janet Street Porter's happy, everybody.
Won't last.
Hi, Rach.
Hello.
How are you, darling?
Very well.
Did you enjoy your figs?
I thought they were okay.
Okay, yeah, nothing more.
Nothing special.
And so what have you been up to this week?
I've been looking at labels and what they do and don't tell you about products, especially when they suggest something's good for you.
Most of us would like to be healthy and eat foods that are good for us, so when we shop, we pick up things that fit in with that. But because of our current labelling laws, manufacturers can perfectly legally present foods in a way that suggests they might be better for us than they really are. Take this, for example. It's an officially low-fat biscuit. Personally, I'd imagine that if I bought this, I'd be eating less calories. But what the front of the packet doesn't tell you is that these biscuits are very high in sugar. So these officially low-fat biscuits contain more calories than these, and these, and these, none of which I'd dream of buying if I was watching my weight. Is it just me, or are other people confused by the labels on the front of products? Why would you buy something that said low fat on it?
Because it makes you feel better about what you're eating, really.
Do you think it might be low calorie?
Well, if it's saying low fat, one would assume, I suppose, that the two are linked.
You expect them to tell you the truth, not just skip over the bad bit.
They shouldn't be allowed to have that in big letters and what really is content in small letters.
The labels on many products make claims about their fat content, but the front of the packet only tells half the story.
When manufacturers reduce the fat, often you lose flavour, and they may add sugar in order to give you back that flavour. But the claim that they're making is only about that specific nutrient. If it's low in fat, that's all they're claiming. What's really important is that you look at the whole food, look at the back of the pack, and I think manufacturers could make that labelling much clearer.
It's amazing what the labelling laws allow. Look at this. This is a plain yoghurt with 3.7 grams of fat per 100 grams. And this is a low-fat yoghurt with 1.2 grams of fat per 100 grams. I can add this whole bag of sugar and this still counts as a low-fat yoghurt, which is a claim that the other one just can't make.
Yeah, well, officially, that is still less than 3% fat, so that is a low-fat food. But if I were to have just 3 dessert spoons of that yoghurt, I'd be having the same number of calories as this chocolate bar.
So we know what's in here, but if we tell the public it's low-fat, I wonder which one they'll choose.
We go for the low-fat one.
Low-fat yoghurt.
You put a whole bag of sugar in it. And the law allows me to say low-fat yoghurt, but I don't have to say plus a bag of sugar.
That's wrong.
You look quite surprised.
Yeah, I am quite surprised. Yeah, I would say that was wrong.
I'm hoping that Which can explain the situation to me.
The law on health and nutrition claims just isn't tough enough. While it is against the law for manufacturers to deliberately mislead in terms of the claims they make, there are a number of confusing and contradictory health and nutrition claims out there on the market.
It's not just low fat. Guidelines on words like light or LITE are so vague, manufacturers can use them to imply a food is better for us than similar products, even if they still contain what's been defined as a lot of fat or sugar. So what's being done about all of this?
Well, proposals are being discussed here from January next year in the European Parliament that will address all these issues, that will give clear definitions and make sure claims are checked. We're calling on UK MEPs and the British government to support these proposals to make sure that consumers can make a properly informed choice.
So next time you go shopping, remember, check the back of the packet as well as the front. Look at all the nutritional information. And if you'd like to see the law changed and the regulations tightened, visit the F Word website and find out how you can make it happen.
Tama, Miller, let's go. First of all, to both of you, well done.
Thank you.
Tough day. If you were in my shoes, Tama, okay, and you had to send one of you guys home, who would it be and why?
So far from day one coming here, I've learned, and I know I've got so much more to go. And, you know, it's such a big journey ahead of me, but I'm hoping that, you know, you'll take me back next week so I can learn a little bit more with you.
And, Miller?
I hope you'd send Tama home. I think you'll admit there's a difference from how I was in the beginning. And
and I think it can only get better. I think I can bring commitment and maturity and just really hard work, frankly, to the kitchen. And I want to do that.
You both did exceptionally well. The person who's going to be going home is Tama.
Okay.
But let me just say this. You're 18 years of age. Even in my kitchens, I don't have many 18-year-old cooks as strong as you.
Thank you.
You did very well.
Cheers. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a kiss.
Well done, you.